everyone! Ooh, hello! This video is coming to you from a slightly new angle. It's also going to be a bit rushed because I'm going to see Frankenstein in an hour, as in Benedict Cumberbatch and Johnny Lee Miller, directed by Danny Boyle, a dream come true. And it's obviously the film version of it because it was on stage at the National like a year ago now, but still super exciting! I haven't actually had time to see anyone's videos this week because I've been really busy with back to school. For example, yesterday I went to school, then I had to go home during lunch, though I didn't have any afternoon lessons, for a driving lesson in which I rode on the dual carriageway and left the county, even though it was only my second ever lesson. I was driving at like 60 miles an hour. It was so awesome. And then I went straight from my driving lesson to school, back to school. I was literally dropped off in school to a rehearsal, rehearsed for a few hours, then my mum came to pick me up, drove to London, went to Ravensbourne, which is a really cool uni, looked around at their degree show to see all the things that they made because it's a creative uni, so there were like films on and fashion shows and photography and art, and it was all super cool. I'm going to assume we're still talking about food from our countries as our theme. It's going to be really awkward if we aren't, because a lot of the themes we do would make sense as a normal video. Just like, oh, talk about travel and your life and that kind of thing. But food would be really obscure if it turns out we're actually talking about books. So, I'm sorry if that's not right. Okay, British cuisine. Now, in Britain, we don't have that many foods that are just British. A lot of what we have is sort of other cultures we've absorbed, like Anglo-Indian food. That would be like a chicken tikka masala or something, and then just other food that we don't even claim to have a part in, but we like to eat, like Italian. But there are a few British foods, and these are they. Things that are thought of as really British foods are mostly things like fish and chips. That's probably what you would assume with like a stereotype that is British. And it's probably quite true if you asked a British person as well what was British food. It might be the first thing they say, fish and chips. I, as a vegetarian, don't eat fish. That's right, vegetarians don't eat fish. If you eat fish and call yourself a vegetarian, you're actually a pescatarian. Fact. But yeah, I just friggin' love chips. Another thing that's seen as stereotypically British is the Sunday roast, which is something that consists of some kind of meat, usually like roast beef, and then potatoes, all kinds of vegetables, and Yorkshire puddings, which are delicious. I hope you guys have all had the pleasure of eating Yorkshire puddings because they're amazing. And that's an example of a food from a certain area. So Yorkshire pudding, same way you'd have Cornish pasties, or if you want to go country-wise, Wales, you might associate Welsh cakes, and Scotland, you'd probably associate haggis, that kind of thing. Other things that are British would be sort of bangers and mash, as in sausages and mashed potato. And in fact, my dinner tonight is incorporating all of what I've just said because I'm having toad in the hole, which I have no idea if that's British or not. But it's basically a massive Yorkshire pudding with sausages baked into it. And you cut it up and each person gets their bit. I'm also having peas, get a bit of veg in there. But obviously I'll have corn sausages, vegetarian ones. God, I hope corn exists where all you guys live because corn is amazing. It's like a vegetarian alternative, but it's like so good. Like it's lower in fat and higher in protein than normal meat. So my mum's doing like 2 or 3 corn sausages for me, and then the other sausages are along here, so I'm gonna cut it up. I get the non-meat bit. It's great. Love it. And so we bring to a close this very intensive, very informative account of cuisine in Her Majesty's United Kingdom. I hope you've enjoyed this educational experience. I hope you guys are all well, and I'll see you soon. Probably next Thursday, because that's how this works. Though I usually upload on a Friday morning. Bye everyone, I hope you're all well. Bye.